So strangely, a bit of froth on the ground this morning. Anyway, just made some porridge, made a brew. We're cracking on to our next spot, so we're packing down a bit quicker today. But yeah, moving over to a place called Cardigan, which is a bit off where I thought we were going, but hey. But yeah, it's very pretty, very picturesque here. Lovely sunrise over there. And the campsite is really nice. Lovely amenities here as well, so if you're in the area, we'd definitely recommend it. The Brecon Beacons travelling site. Anyway, gonna go and get ourselves ready for a lovely day. Get the cameras all recharged up again. So we've just stopped off at quite a special place for us. So this is the Devil's Elbow, and it's a lovely little bit of road that kind of goes up a mountain. And yeah, just down there is where I proposed. But you don't really care about that. What you want to see is that, or this. How about that for a view? So we're going to set the Tentbox up. We've got this little natural ridge thing. That's going to be our protection from any wind or gust while we're sitting outside. I don't think it'll be too bad. It's meant to like be 4 or 5 miles an hour tonight, so that'll be fine. And then what I'm really excited for is the Tentbox will sit about this height, and we're about to have that beautiful, absolutely beautiful looking view. We could go the other side of that box, but there's also Wi-Fi at this site, and we get Wi-Fi here, so we'll get it set up. It's gonna look awesome. I'm so excited. Magic. We're set up. This is like the most over-the-top overkill setup I've ever done. I've done individual components separately, like the little awning, and then the big awning. Well, that's tarp actually. So the tarp, that Tentbox in its own, Tentbox side bit. But I'm going to give you a little run through of our entire setup. So, starting off, we've got 100-watt solar panel. That runs into a little custom built battery box that basically has a leisure battery in that footwell, and then a cable runs up into the Tentbox, as you can see just there. I'll take you through that in a minute, but that's got multiple USB points on it and the ability to plug a cigarette in. And the reason why that works really well is obviously we can charge our stuff up there. We can, if we wanted to, I could bring the projector, but I've also got a little heated blanket, which I've just purchased, and I want to see how that works. So we've got that. Then we've got all of our outside stuff. So we'll start with the 270 awning. So this is the Ventura 270 awning, and you saw me kind of pull it out, put the legs in. I think it's really cool, and for the price, this is what, 250, 260 odd quid, depending on when you buy it on a deal. And first of all, being on the Subaru, yeah, you do have to go into it and duck down, but you get an amazing amount of space. Like, it comes all the way around. Just close the boot. It comes all the way around, and basically in line with the Tentbox underneath there. So the time I've set it up before, and where you didn't even have this boarding up, you've still got an incredible amount of space, and you can get the sides for this should you need it. Now obviously it is attached to the car, but I see me using this quite a lot at car shows without putting the Tentbox up and just having the awning come out, because you can sit under here, chill out from the sun, and you're not getting hit. So I'm really impressed. A couple things. The legs, as you see, come separately and you have to push them in yourself. It definitely doesn't work as freestanding, as you would have seen. As I pulled it out, it was dropping a bit more like well, something that shouldn't be dropping. And I've noticed a slight issue with the little points that the TEJs go into, and I've already broken one. Granted, I did walk into it and snapped it myself, so that's just me being a bit silly, and I've just replaced it with these. Now, if you don't have these are probably up there as being one of the best things you can buy for camping, and I'll show you where I've used them throughout the tent. So I've got them on there, and I've got them around there, and I've also used them on my awning, because you can use them just to basically tighten things up, stop wind noise. We then come down to my chairs. Now my chairs, obviously you've seen many a time. These are really cool. What's great about these is they fold up nice and small to fit inside basically that bag, which fits perfectly when I've got the MX-5. And they're also really comfortable for just camping, really. I've sat in them many a time and fallen asleep in them. Then got an array of tables. Now obviously, considering most of the time when we're under here, we are going to be sort of crouched down. That's why I like the small end tables. Also, those chairs sit quite low to the floor. And when I'm cooking, well, the barbecue is at the same level as some of those tables, so actually works really well. So we've got the barbecue there. I've got the hob just in the boot. Got my little water and washing station. Now, this I'll normally have the jet board to boil up some boiling water. Goes into there to do my washing up, and then on drying board can just sit on there. But I've also got my drying rack, my drying racks there, and my drying towels are here. So I've got that for drying towels, that for hands, and then probably one of the coolest things, the tactical toilet roll holder. Now this basically goes in, hooks under there, but I'm just using it for showing off for now. But toilet roll goes on there just in case you get short. It's very cool, very cool. We've got a little cargo net under there, it was also supplied by Ventura. And again, you can see the carabiner that I normally hook this one on. Currently just got our dirty washing just hanging out in there, airing. We've opened it up so it can smell out a little bit. We've been on the road a couple of days, so we smell a little bit. No, I'm joking. We've got showers and stuff over there, which we've had. So yeah, all the fun setup. Then got the cool little Tentbox crock holder. You can put other shoes in there, but obviously Crocs, because they're the best. Got our drying towels from our showers. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a beach. Now the beach is about a 20-minute walk that direction, and from what we've seen in photos, it looks absolutely stunning. So I'm so excited to go down there a bit later. Whether we go down tonight or we go down tomorrow, we're about to do. We've got the little Tentbox side awning. Again, depending on how I do it with the setup, I can sometimes just run this and then store all my other stuff underneath. So if it's really windy, I normally run this nice and tight, and then the cooker or the barbecue goes under, chairs sit under there at night, and that keeps them nice and dry. But for this place, we've basically thrown it out to be able to have extra storage. Then coming on to probably the first thing I brought after I brought the Tentbox, it was just a big tarp. Now this tarp has been used in many different ways. I've got some adjustable poles, But at this point, what I've got it set up as is a little similar way to they do the awning, the little triangle awning that Tentbox actually do. And it hooks up around these side bits here. Probably make that a little bit tighter. But that will keep, that shouldn't blow in the wind, because obviously it's not going to have any wind on it, because that's going to take the wind. This might be the only thing that makes a bit of noise, but if I need to tighten it down, I can. But the idea is, just gives us an extra bit of storage space if we want to throw some stuff out here, because we're here for a couple of days. And I've got the space, I've got the time. I might as well give it a go and set it up to the full Monty, as probably what I would call my ultimate setup. My ultimate setup would be I'd probably have a Forester with a cargo on it, but you know, I can't afford a Forester nor a cargo. So in the boot, I will show off these really cool little things. I'd recommend getting these. These are from Temu, they're like £8 each. They work so well. I've got some cooking utensils, my jet board and stuff in there. And then this one is basically all of my setting up stuff. So all my guide ropes, my tarp, everything fits into this box. Absolutely awesome. Got another table and stuff here if I need it. We got fire system, because we're gonna have a fire a little bit later. I'm pretty sure we can have a fire at this site. We'll double check, make sure the owners are cool with us having a fire. And then, loving the Temu bags, me. This little bag here, this is our little Temu bag. Now, this is my kitchen box bag, basically. Has all my kitchen utensils and all my dry goods. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because we've been snacking. Probably the best snacks you can get. I love these mini egg chocolate cakes, they're so nice. And that's our fridge. So we've got a big, I say big, it's a 25 litre self-inflating burgers bag. Inside there, I've got a small 5 litre waterproof bag. Don't know if you've seen them before. So what I do is we put our frozen blocks in, and that does us for a day or two. But obviously, ice melts. So we go down to the shop, fill up one of those frozen bags with ice. That goes in there, works just like one of those freezer bags. So that works absolutely awesome. Would fully recommend, if you can't, you know, like myself, not in a position to be able to buy a massive igloo. I'd love one of the igloo ones, but I can't. So, yeah, I use that and that works really, really well. So, little tip for you guys, that view is so stunning. What we're doing now is going up into the tent box. So, this is the tent box. Inside here, Sean's made it look absolutely stunning, as she always does. We got some cool little duck lights, if you've seen before. I'll show you the view, but we'll come back to that later. She's got a kindling, got a little duck. She likes ducks. And, you know, in this video earlier, you would have seen the place we got engaged. Well, I don't know if she likes ducks or me more, but, you know, we are where we are. We've got our Good Pair Days box. Now, what we use our Good Pair Days box is basically the box that comes up and down into the tent, and it has basically all of our electronics in it. Head torches. Sometimes we put our little snacks in there. We've got some jelly babies today, but the switch and everything goes into it. The iPad we've got set up basically sits on top of that. This site's got Wi-Fi. If not, connected to my mobile data. Sort of things on YouTube and stuff as much as we want to. Can always download some films. Got a few films we can watch. We've got, I'm sitting right on it. Ugh. That's an hoodie. Love an hoodie. We've got this. So this is a little electric blanket. It is, I say little, it is definitely little. It's like 1 metre by 70 centimetres or so, but it does have 6 heat points in it and runs off USB. So it's 5 volt, 2.4 amps, which is absolutely perfect for what we're going to be wanting it for just giving a nice heat through with a tent. And that's where this buggy comes in. So this little bad boy here, we've got, let's take the Kindle off, down the front, USB point, cigarette lighter, and that's the switch to turn it on and off. I can switch it on and off, and then I've got a little volt reader on the side. So that basically gives us power for as long as we need. I haven't done the conversion, but it's quite a big leisure battery, so I feel like I'm going to have a good amount of time with it. So I'll give you guys what you've all been looking for, and that's the view. Now, I've never had a view like this from a Tentbox, but that is what you get with by buying a Tentbox. You get a view like this. Now that is awesome, that is incredible, and I'm so excited to later to watch the sun go down, because the sun's just over that way. Anyway, without further ado, I'll give you some beauty shots using the 360 camera of the setup, and we'll kind of catch up a little bit later when we're chilling out, cooking some food, just relaxing. And that's what Tentboxing is about, and I love Tentboxing for that. I love camping. So yeah, it's already know it's going to be lovely and warm up here. Yeah, super excited. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a minute. So I wasn't expecting to do any filming, so I didn't bring camera. However, we've basically come down to Cardigan Bay, and out there, you won't see it, but we've got a really little bit of footage of some dolphins. So we've just been standing here for a bit, just watching the dolphins. It's absolutely stunning. This is literally at the bottom of the campsite. So I'll throw the campsite link in the bottom below, but it's amazing. Like, the view is lovely, the temperature's quite nice for, obviously it's April, and yeah, we're watching some dolphins, so I'm gonna just chill here for a bit, watch the sun go down, and then go up and make some food. But yeah, filmed on the phone just to get a bit of footage in, but look at the rocks and everything around here, how cool it is. And then we're off to the beach tomorrow, so very exciting. So we're just cooking up some chicken, Mexican rice, onions and peppers, and a mix of other stuff. After seeing the dolphins, which was actually, yeah, a nice surprise, pretty spectacular. This is definitely a campsite to come back to. So over there you've got some amazing amenities, but you're enough out the way where you feel like you're kind of wild camping a bit of both. So it's a really nice mix of both. Best of both worlds, definitely. And the views are stunning. We got to see some dolphins. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. So we're gonna make up these wraps, gonna have some lovely food, chill out and just enjoy the evening. So there might be a bit more footage from today. If not, you'll catch us tomorrow. And you join us on the next morning, making some coffee and some tea. We've watched the sunset from the tent, or sunrise from the tent I should say. Solar's doing solar things. Yeah, it's pretty chill. After yesterday's amazing surprise of watching the dolphins, we're gonna go for a walk down to the beach, which is that direction. I can't really see much because I'm being blinded by the sun. But yeah, tent did amazing. It was very warm up there, as it normally is. But yeah, I think where we've parked with the little ridge line, so we can park in that field or even the field further down to get even closer to the sea. But I think this is actually a really nice middle ground, because just up there you've got the amenities, and then just down here we can chill and do what we gotta do. So I'm gonna make myself a tea and Sean a nice coffee. And that's ice, not nice. But yeah, we'll make a little bit of nice iced coffee. But yeah, we're all good. Is that a helicopter up there? Oh no, big boat. Not sure what boat that is. There's a big boat in the distance, you probably can't see it, but it's just beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So as you see, made it to the top of the hill. That is just up from the beach, and walked past a really, really beautiful church. Apparently the church has been there, well, not apparently, the church has had footings there since the early 1100s, and the actual building that you could see had been there from the 1300s. The roof was redone in early 1900s, so yeah, pretty impressive to see, really cool to see actually. And now we're just sitting up here, looking over the world. It's pretty, it really is pretty. We'll have a little descent back, but where did we sow? We are on a campsite over there. That's that, yeah, over that way. So those chunks of rocks that you can see just there, so I think where we are. So not the closest one, but the set after. I think it's where our campsite is. But yeah, it's lovely. And there's little Cardigan Island just over there. But yeah, we got some food. There's a little coffee shop down there that we'll probably go and grab somebody a coffee at. It's really cool to see. It's lovely, absolutely beautiful. And the weather's nice, so could be a lot worse, couldn't it? Tell you what, it's going to be really sad moving on from this site. But we're on to another one now, so yeah, we're going to start the pat down, get everything sorted. But that view is definitely going to be one to remember, waking up to that. And falling asleep to the absolute stunning sunsets as well, so... Yeah, we had a kind of chill evening yesterday, so we're gonna pack up now, head over to our final site that we're at for 2 nights. And that one's a bit special. We've got a little bit of a surprise at, so we'll kind of show that once we get there. But yeah, it's only about an hour or so down the road, so we're gonna pop to different shops and stuff on the way. Have a nice leisurely pack down of here. Just taking the absolute stunning views. And I'll give you that one more time just before I pat down. But it is absolutely beautiful at this site. So the links for this will all be in the description, basically where we stayed each time. But it's been lovely. So yeah, we're going to start to pat down and crack on really. Just can't get over that view. This is lovely. Absolutely lovely. And we're starting to pat down, but I thought I would just get the Tentbox and the view one last time. It is lovely. So the pull down is going to be relatively simple. Going to continue to let things charge. So I'm leaving the solar panel up, take down the tarp, take down the awning, and then we'll start with the actual Tentboxy bits. But yeah, it won't be too bad getting it all down, doesn't take that long. So let's crack on. So we're all packed up, car's just over there. We've just come down to the little spot we were watching the dolphins at yesterday and the day before. Just to sit for a little bit before we crack on to our next site. But it's been lovely. This is a really, really pretty site, and I definitely would recommend coming here if you're travelling up the coast of Wales. Because yeah, sitting there, we saw some dolphins. It was lovely. Anyway, we're going to chill out and leave the car there for a bit, and then we're going to drive on. So we'll see you at the next site. So we're here and we're set up, and yeah, this is basically glamping compared to what we've been doing. We've also got a hot tub. So yeah, it's a bit different. But once again, set the awning up, use the tarp to give us a nice bit of shade so we can sit in the back and chill out when we're changing and things like that if needed, or we can change up in the tent. I'll give you a proper little review in a second, but yeah, this will be nice. This will be nice. Got a Hawksong cider from the local farm shop. Obviously, we're in Wales, not that area, Oxfordshire. So I don't know which county it's in, but yeah, not the one we're actually in. So either way, I'm going to do a little bit of a tour. But we've got some amazing beef and some steaks for tomorrow. We've got some lamb burgers for today. I'm really excited for this place, so we're going to chill out, relax, and enjoy ourselves. Well, the original plan was to not film that little bit and just chill out, but that's exactly what happened. So, used the hot tub quite a few times. and relaxed inside the tent. So today, what I am going to do is a little bit of a run through how we've got the tent set up, with a little warning protection and stuff like that. I've really enjoyed it because I've been able to be really creative and had to be quite creative with some of the setups and stuff we've done. But Brew's getting itself done, so I'm going to sit and enjoy that view, and then we'll get a little rundown of how we've got the setup with the Tentbox for our little glamping stage of this holiday, which is the final stage, which is pretty sad because I've had a lovely time. Anyway, smoke means, or steam I should say, steam means time for a brew, so let me get that sorted. Right, so we're going to crack on with a bit of a pitch tour. Like I said, I was meant to do yesterday, but obviously that view is just so lovely. So, and that hawkstone, very nice as well. Anyway, so we're going to crack on and do a bit of a tour. So we'll start with obviously what we've got here, and then move on to previously. So the actual, obviously, Tentbox is still the same. Setup inside the Tentbox doesn't really change at all. However, we're making good use of the net and the mesh. Car is absolutely filthy. It's on a few miles. I suppose the coolest bit is obviously we've got the Ventura 270 awning, and then underneath, what I've done is use my tarp. So instead of putting it over there, I've just built a little shelter. So we've got a nice little covered area. We can do some cooking and stuff in here. Our sort of water setup is still exactly the same, but from the outside, because we are near the entrance, you can see straight down basically what's going on. It's quite a smart little setup, if I do say so myself. Obviously Solar's still doing the solar things, but yeah, it's quite nice coming under here. Now obviously being under here, you have to crouch down. Well, you don't have to crouch down, you just have to pinch back slightly, but I think it works really, really well. I'm very, very impressed with this whole awning, and then this little setup I can do around the sides. So you can get zip-on awning sides. Now might be something I might look into in the future. See what Ventura can do, but I think this works quite well, even just with the little bit of cover that we have provided by the awning. Oh, sorry, by the tarp. And then we've got the little airflow underneath, so it doesn't create too much of a barrier. Because obviously if you block off all the wind, if you get a very blustery night, you're going to have a lot of noise. Now that's obviously the only issue when it comes to using materials. But the setup itself works really well. We've got a little changing space, and the reason we kind of need a change of space is because you've got a hot tub on pitch. There we are. So we've got, lovely hot tub, set to like 38, 39 degrees. Spent quite a lot of time with yesterday in there, and we'll probably spend a lot more time today in it. But from our pitch over there, you can see the little lake, and inside the lake you've got, I don't know if there's fish in there. I don't know if we can fish. If we could fish, that would be quite cool. Bring my rods down. But yeah, really pretty sort of lake, some geese, some duck. We get blessed quite nicely with loads of kites flying around, so that's also really, really pretty. But yeah, that is a little pitch review at this last and final site. Now we've basically got this for the night, then tomorrow sadly another drive back to home, which is about 5.5 hours, which we'll get a bit of footage and stuff of, but this obviously won't be the last year of me. We'll sign it all off properly, but I think it does look cool. The Subaru does look really, really nice. Obviously it being non-turbo, it's not been too bad fuel consumption considering the amount of kit we've got with us, and we've gone camping for an entire camping kit for an entire sort of week. I think we weighed probably just around 2 ton with everything, and the massive windbreak obviously with the tent and the tarp and everything else that all adds. We've had averaged about 26.5, nearly 27 miles to the gallon, which I'm pretty impressed with. Obviously Subarus aren't known for being super, fuel efficient, but I think 26, 27 mpg isn't too bad considering it's all-wheel drive, and some of the places we've been to, if it was wet, definitely it would have come in handy. Obviously, most of the places we have been though have been either dry. Well, it's been dry. We've been blessed with the weather. So, but I think that looks pretty cool with our awning and the tent, and everything like that. So I'm gonna go and enjoy, possibly jump in the hot tub again. But that's our little setup. But the fact it can do all-wheel drive, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion anyway. I'm really happy with it. So we'll continue to build on it, and yeah, I think what's next for it is I might put some different seats in it, put some windbacks or something nice in there. But I'm really happy with the whole setup. I'm going to do a little lighting system, work out this little thing with the bars and stuff. I've got an idea, so I just need to kind of make that and build that out. A little bit of welding, nothing too bad. But yeah, I'm really hyped. Really hyped. And what happens next? Well, I think for the car, it'll continue to run. And if we were to do anything differently, it's going to be something like a Forester. Would be the replacement for this, because it's a little bit higher. But I really enjoy the Subaru, and the fact it's all-wheel drive just gives me a lot of confidence. And I think it looks cool. So, anyway, I'll catch you all in a moment. So we're finishing our final evening. We've got some s'mores, well, some digestives and some marshmallows, which are basically s'mores. Sorry, the American friends. And a fire. So we're gonna chill out, enjoy that, probably go back in the hot tub, listen to the bird songs, and just relax.